Hi, everyone. Hope you've had a great day or are having a great day, depending on when you watch this. I'm Deanne Castro, Creative Memories Independent Advisor in Bakersfield, California, and I have another really fun border to teach you tonight. This is just an unusual way to use one of our border punches, just kind of making it into a frame punch when it wasn't designed to be a frame punch. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So what I want to use tonight is the Balloons and Stars Decorative Border Punch. This is by Creative Memories, and we just got this out a few weeks ago. This typically is used to make a straight border like this. Okay. But I used it to make a frame. This is a little hard to see, but this is part of the frame here. Here is the other part of the frame. And then here is a part of another frame. Use 3 pieces on these borders. So then this one's a little easier to see. There's 1 piece, there's 2 pieces, and there's 3 pieces. Okay. Then there's also 4th piece left over that you can put in the corner opposite from wherever you place your border on your page, just for added decoration. So I'm using the Birthday Bonanza paper pack, and this is what it looks like. It has some really, really pretty, happy, cheerful papers in it for birthdays. So this one is kind of a green stars with some multicolors on the back. This one's some blue pinwheels, and it has the zigzags, multicolored zigzags on the back. This is a striped blue piece that I'm going to be using for the border tonight. And on the back, it has some really fun hearts and squiggles and um, just a happy paper. Then we have a dark, like purple. And on the back of that has some streamers. And you get 2 in every pack. As you can see, I've used several of them already. And then here is a pretty pink check with a bunch of like little pinwheel stars all over the back of this one. And it also has a really pretty yellow with some balloons on the back. Here it is. So here's the yellow. I'm going to use this as a background page tonight. And on the back, it has some really fun, pretty balloons on it. And then there's also a Fast a Fabulous pack of paper. This has some really pretty papers in it that already have borders on it. So if you're kind of at a loss for ideas, these have some really pretty papers in them that they're already decorated. So this one has some purple and blue with some stars on it. And on the back side, it has some larger of these little pinwheels that were on the back of the other paper. There is 4 of those. So you have plenty to use on your pages. This one has the pinwheels on the side of the paper. And this one has the streamers on the back. And you've got 4 of those. Then this one has some like candles or some zigzags on the corner with a bunch of really fun balloons on the back. I love this balloon paper. So then you have 4 of those as well. I think these are so pretty. Okay. So, and that is the Birthday Bonanza Fast and Fabulous paper pack. There's also stickers and embellishments, matte pack. There's some really fun embellishments. This is just a sampling of what's on the back, but I've already used some on some other borders that I've made. So I'm going to set this out of the way so I can get to my trimmer. Okay, so what you want to do first to make these borders is take a piece of paper. This is just a leftover sheet from what I had. And I am going to cut a 4 by 4 3/4, actually 4 3/4 inch square out of this paper. Now, this was kind of a trial and error because usually when you're making frames with the frame punches, you have even um, even inches, like a 4 by 6 or 4 by 4 or 6 by 4 or something like that you're punching those out of. This one, to be able to make it big enough to where it wasn't cutting off some of the balloon or the stars, it ended up needing to be a 4 3/4 inch square. Okay, now you're going to need two of these. So I'm going to cut a second one. Okay, now you can cut these separate or you can stack them. And I'm going to put them in this punch and pretend that it is a frame punch. And so I'll show you how that works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the paper in and I'm going to just put it evenly, pretty much on each side. And you can eyeball it. It doesn't have to be exact, but just try to make it even on each side. So as long as it's as close as you can get it, you can measure it if you want. Um, I just kind of eyeball it and you punch. I'll pull it out and turn it 90 degrees and put it back in. Now I've stacked these, so I am cutting two at a time. So I want to be careful that they're equal. And I just go around and punch this on all four sides. Well, this is going to make a frame out of this. So you can use this actually as a photo frame if you don't want to cut it down and make a border out of it. Okay, you got a couple little squares out of the center, and here's the frame. Let me hold it up so you can see it better. So see, here are the balloons and the stars in a frame. Now you could put it down and you can put a photo behind it if you'd like, but these I'm actually going to be cutting apart. So I'm going to stack it again, and I'm going to bring my trimmer back out. And I'm going to put these along the cut line and cut these corners into triangles. So I'm going to line this up the best that I can, put this down. And then I'm going to use this little tool, pull it out from the top there, and just make sure that it cuts right across the edges of this square, right in the corners. Okay? And cut it that way. And I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom. Right on the cut line, top and bottom. Run this down it. Make sure it's right on the edge. Move this one just a tiny bit. Okay, so then again, okay. Now, I'm going to kind of fussy cut these both. So I'm going to finish the star right there on the end. I'm just going to cut it out a little bit, curve around. And bring it right back on the star. So it looks like that. See that? And then the same thing on the other side with the balloon. Now, if you don't feel comfortable stacking these, you can cut them separately. But I've done this several times now, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut the rest of the balloon around there to focus in. See? Now I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Right around the balloon and the star on the other side. And back down. Okay, now I don't need these pieces, so I'm going to get them out of the way. Now, on these, I actually matted these. So see this one, the balloons are matted with yellow cardstock, and the pink ones were matted with a blue cardstock. So I'm going to do the same thing with these. I've already pre-cut these for the sake of time, and I'm using the deep sea green, dark sea green. So I'm just going to put these on here. Now I'm using actually the regular adhesive, just kind of lining these up to where it'll have a little bit of a matting underneath it. Now I have it in place. I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on it. And then if you'd like, feel free to use the repositionable tape. I like to save my repositionable because I can tend to use it way too much. And these, you can see I cut the bottom square off of it. So I'm going to cut that one here, corner to corner, straight across. You can use your trimmer. You can just eyeball it if you want. And I'm going to do that to all 4 pieces. But on the 4th one, I'm going to leave the triangle or leave the square and not cut it into a triangle. Okay, so put this on here and get it matted. It's easier for me to do this starting at the bottom because then the matting doesn't get all cattywampus. For some reason, I was trying to mat these before, and I would get bigger sides on one side than the other. So I just found that if I started at the bottom and did half by half, that I was able to get these a little straighter and matted a little more consistently. Okay, there's that one, there's that one. I have 2 more. Outside. Okay, you guys feel free if you guys have any questions to go ahead and email me at dncnc2@yahoo.com, or you can just post your comment underneath this video, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. If you have any you'd like to share, go ahead and post those. You can post them on my Facebook page, which is Let's Scrapbook with Deanne. Actually, I have a group. I have a special scrapbooking group. If you would like to join that group, that one is called Let's Scrapbook with Deanne. So find that and then request to join. I'm going to be showing other ideas and all the specials that are coming up. Any new paper packs and stuff you'll get to see sooner than some of the others, and or sooner than if I put them on my YouTube. Otherwise, if you go to what's my other Facebook page? I think it's just called Scrapbooking with Deanne. And go ahead and post photos there and show me how that you've made these. It'd be a blast to be able to see them and share them with everybody. And this is the last one. Now this one, I'm not going to cut the square into a triangle, and you'll see why in a little bit. I'm going to leave that one as is. And we'll use it for decoration somewhere different on the page. Okay, so there we have the 4. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the new Stars and Streamers punch border maker cartridge, and I'm going to cut out one of these with this blue color. This one out of the way. Pull the tray out from the bottom of the cutting tray. Put the paper in, line it up against the full edge of this tray, and going to take this little mark here, line it up with the one that's here, and continue to do that all the way down the 12-inch piece. Just keep lining up with marks and punch 6 times. Okay, and then we're going to trim this. And I'm going to do my best to get this side right here equal with this side. So I'm going to get this banner out of there. And it's approximately really close to that 3 centimeter mark that's here on the bottom. So you usually have the inches, but down here is a centimeter mark on the bottom. So line it up close to that, and you will get pretty much equal on either side. Okay, so that's going to go in the middle of the border. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to cut it at 2.5. And this is going to be the base of the border. Okay, so it's out of the way. This punch actually leaves some really fun little confetti pieces. So if you want to save that, and especially punching the balloons, you can use this as like a little streamer down from the balloons on your page. Isn't that fun? So hang on to these little pieces and you can use them at a later date. Okay, so now I'm going to put adhesive on this piece, and this is going to go down the center of the 2.5-inch piece that I just cut. This is on one side. Again, you can use repositionable tape on this. It's a lot easier, a lot faster, but I tend to use way too much repositionable adhesive. So where I can, I try to use that the regular adhesive just to save. So I'm going to eyeball this, and I'm going to put this down about the middle of this border piece. Move that up a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to put this in the middle of this border on the top. So I'm going to put this up here. Okay, so the center of this border is right here. I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this. And line that up with the edge of that border piece and just kind of center it the best that I can right there. Then I'm going to take the other two pieces and I'm going to put them on this side and I'll move it over to where this is right on the edge of that border. Tear it down. And same with the last piece. I'm going to put it on the left-hand side and line it up to where the balloon is just on the edge of the border. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? I just think that's so fun. Now, if you want to add a little bit more um, dimension or contrast to this, I'm going to take this border. Typically, I would cut another piece um, at 2 3/4 inches to cut all the way across. But because I cut this piece and don't have enough left, I'm going to cut and then cut it in half and then just adhere it um, underneath to where you can't see that I didn't have enough on either side. Okay. All right. So I'm going to change the blade to the decal. I already cut one side of this with the decal blade. So now I'm going to cut the other side so it matches. And then I'm just going to cut this one in half using the straight blade again. Doesn't even have to be half. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here. And I'm going to adhere it to the back of the border. Okay, so I have these two pieces. I'm going to put some adhesive on the edge here. On both sides. All right, now I'm going to line this up just to have like about 1/4 inch showing across the back. This is a great way to save paper too, guys. You don't want to use a whole 2 3/4 inches on a paper. You can cut a smaller piece and then cut it and just eyeball it on either side of your border, and it saves a lot of paper that way. I'm going to put this over just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now, sometimes the cardstock is a little bit longer than the actual designer paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim it so that all the pieces match. You can do it with your trimmer. You can do it by hand. I think I'm going to do it with the trimmer just to make sure that it's all even. And I'm just going to trim just a smidge off the edge of this so that it all matches. All right. And just like that, you have a really fun border with a part of using a punch that wasn't designed to be used that way. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like on your page. I'm going to pull out this piece of yellow paper again, and you can put it up and down, and you can put this in the corner like this. Then add your photos, or you can put it in this corner like this, or you can make this border the bottom and have your decoration up in one of the other corners as well. And then add all of your really fun birthday borders and add embellishments, add some stickers, however you'd like. This border actually doesn't need a whole lot. I did on this one, added a balloon and added some of the leftover pieces out of the punch that from the middle here, just out of a different color. So I did, oh, and there's one of those little streamers. Isn't that cute? But you don't have to have it. This has plenty of decoration on it all on its own. You can put a sticker up here, maybe a couple of stickers on this side, kind of like what I did on, where's that other one? I lost it. Oh, where's that other border? I had one other color I wanted to show you, and I lost it. Okay. Anyway, you can put a sticker on this, however it looks on your page, and then add all of your photos. All right. So there we go. I hope you guys like this border. I hope you had as much fun with it as I did. Remember, if you liked the video, go ahead to subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell, and that way you'll get notifications when I put out my videos each week. And if you don't have a Creative Memories advisor, feel free to go onto my website and browse the products, check around, and contact me if you have any questions. But please, if you do have an advisor, make sure you purchase all of your products through her website or through her directly, because I know she works really hard for you. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And give me likes if you like the border. Please comment if there was something particular like about the border that you really liked, or if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. All right. So until next time, have a great evening, a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you.